I? So what's going on, everybody? Adam Neely with Build, Guild, and Refine TV, coming back at you with another episode. So today we're talking Craftsman. Craftsman has been a huge name in tools and products for builders for longer than I've been alive. I've been using Craftsman products forever. I remember going to Sears and getting my first set of hand tools. I remember going to Sears and getting my first toolbox. I got all my first tools were Craftsman from Sears. My first circ saw was this circ saw that my grandfather gave me, a Craftsman guy here. My second circ saw was one that my father gave me, and this is the first guy that came out with a laser. I've been using Craftsman tools for as long as I can remember. But what happened to Craftsman? How are they not such a big and important player in the tool game anymore? I don't know the details, and frankly, I don't really care. That's just not my interest. But I can tell you this much. They sure feel a whole heck of a lot like DeWalt stuff. So I don't know, is it just rebranded? Because today, I picked up the 7 1/4 inch compound sliding miter saw, which I am most interested in. Now, if you've seen this video here, I did a little brief review on the DeWalt 20 volt 7 1/4 inch sliding compound miter. And I love that saw. That little saw was 31 pounds. The capacity was really good. I have no complaints about that saw. Not build quality, not cut quality, not anything. No complaints about that saw so far. But that being said, I also picked up the Milwaukee 7 1/4 inch compound sliding miter saw, which arrived to me after a 5-week wait of order time, broken. Not a big deal, because just the little LED toggle switch that turns the LED light on and off, that was broken. It's still broken. I'm not happy about that because somebody in quality control boxed that saw up with those pieces broken, because there's no way of it breaking and shipping. So, very happy with the DeWalt chop saw. A little less happy about the Milwaukee, but I love my Milwaukee tools. And I just recently made the switch back from DeWalt back to Milwaukee. But Craftsman has always made a great product. And I had my 7 1/4 miter saw for like 21, 22 years. And that saw kicked butt. I used it for tons of trim jobs, a lot of framing jobs when you're up and down stairs because it was so light. So I'm really curious to see how this 7 1/4 battery-powered sliding miter saw stands up. But Lowe's was also having a sale on the angle grinder, the 4.5 inch angle grinder, battery-powered. It's like $49, tool only. And then I also saw the vacuum, and we needed another portable vacuum so that the guys have one and then I have one. And this was like $69. So it was like a no-brainer. The saw itself cost $199 on sale at Lowe's with a battery and a charger. Can you see that? Nope. Here we go. So in the box, there's the saw, there's the tool, and a battery and a charger. So you're all set up for $199. The DeWalt with the charger and the battery was $369 plus tax. The Milwaukee was $469 tool only plus tax. So I'm excited about this. So then I even bought a spider blade while at Lowe's, and if you guys know these spider blades, they really are great blades. Got the ultra fine finish. We'll throw that in there and see how that goes. And then got a 2-pack of 20 volt 4 amp batteries. All of this plus some other stuff that I had to get was like $500. So it's pretty good. But I'm curious to see what kind of build quality is. Let's take the saw out first. All right, so getting into the box now. Obviously, we've got our charger first. And it's a pretty good charger. Cheap chargers feel very lightweight and full of plastic, so it's not a bad charger. We've got the, we've got your dust bag. We've got, this is probably the detent lever, instructional manual, your clamp, probably the battery. All right. Battery. Oh, it comes with a 4 amp. Huh. Probably should have paid attention to that. All right, so we got 3 4 amps. Whatever. All right. We got 1 bar. We're actually going to throw this on the saw with 1 bar on it. Just to feel what the saw is like. Ah, no top handle. Huh. So I didn't notice that in the store, but the first thing that jumps out at you is there's no top handle. But the cool thing about this saw, to me so far, what the hell is this? There's like a Velcro strap back here. What's that for? So one of my favorite things about this saw is its weight. This saw is only 24 pounds. Now the DeWalt is 31.5 pounds, I think, and the Milwaukee is 28 pounds, and those are pretty light saws. But this guy is only 24 pounds. That's pretty freaking awesome, because I like light, especially with a small trim saw like this that you're taking up and down stairs, in and out of the truck, going up to 3rd floor, 2nd floor, well, I don't know, whatever, you know. I like a light saw. But obviously you're missing a top handle. You don't really need it because you can carry it suitcase style here at your side, and it's really light. But it is nice to have a top handle just for moving it around. My immediate reaction is that the build quality is very comparable to the DeWalt. You just have a sticker detent. There's no detent plate, so that's kind of cheap, but as long as it locks into the detent positions securely and accurately, it's not a big deal what the detent plate is made out of. But got this weird Velcro strappy thingy. I guess we'll find out what that's for in a little bit. So that's kind of weird. I mean, it comes with the blade installed, whereas most of them do not. Alright, so for instance, things like you have to unscrew this lever to rotate to your miter. Locks into the positions just fine. So there's 0, and then you have to tighten up the lever. Whereas, obviously with the DeWalt and the Milwaukee, it's just a nice little catch lever. But it still locks in, and you don't have to lock the lever in every time. You can keep it relatively loose and still move the plate around, okay? And then tighten it up when you want to lock in a position, you know, for a while, for multiple cuts. So you can only miter left rather than you can't miter right. That locks in 0. So that's your 0. You have a little set screw there that locks in. Let's throw a battery on. Let's feel how it cuts. Alright, we'll just grab a couple pieces of scrap and just feel how it cuts. and blow dust everywhere. Awesome, Adam. There we go. How about that? All right, now we're gonna cut through 2. Let's see how that goes. I mean, it rips them. It rips them. Let's cut a piece of trim here. Alright, here's my initial thoughts. It's a homeowner special. We already knew that. It's $199 for a saw, battery, and a charger. It's not comparable to the DeWalt, and it certainly is not comparable to the Milwaukee. It's probably comparable to the Ryobi and to the Cobalt, as we already knew. Like, okay, we know that. I was kind of hoping that I would get the performance of my old corded 7 1/4, and it just doesn't cut the same as that. Now, granted, we have a very low powered battery on here, okay, 1 bar, but you can just feel the difference in the cut of the motor is sending the power to the blade is pretty weak compared to, obviously, the bigger saws. I don't know. You know, kind of bummed, I guess. I was hoping to get a little bit more performance out of it because it feels like a pretty decent little tool. But I guess, you know, obviously this is definitely a good example of you get what you pay for. It's a $199 saw. It's really what it is. It's not a $369 saw or a $479 saw or whatever, you know, the Milwaukee is. It is what it is. If you're a homeowner doing some trim jobs or just a handyman, or you're not really using it very often, it'll do the job. It's perfect. It's fine. But if you're a contractor and you're doing a lot of trim jobs or framing jobs or anything that you're using it more than a couple times a week, I would say go right up to the DeWalt. Yeah, that's my initial reaction for it. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Impressions of the Craftsman 7 1/4 sliding compound miter saw. I guess it's good to have if you need one, but it's not what I would choose after running much better saws. So that's it for today, guys and gals. I'm Adam Neely. This is Build, Guild, and Refine TV. Thanks for watching.